Good afternoon. It's 3 p.m. here, Eastern Standard Time in the United States. I'm in beautiful Florida. I have with me my friend, my colleague, my mentor, one of the greatest legends of all time, living legend, a man who has a global footprint on the ground in more countries than you can call today. No other than Sir Clyde, Ambassador, Doctor, Chancellor, Professor Rivers. Welcome, Sir Clyde Rivers.
Hey, Ambassador Dr. Raymond, you are one of the leaders of the world, in my opinion. We follow you. And you know, man, I'm telling you, your ideas, the things you bring to the forefront, man, we are grateful for actual young leadership that's focused and stable like you. So I'm honored to be here with you today.
Thank you, sir. And guys, as you're joining us, you want to stay tuned. This is a day that was highly anticipated. We put hundreds of hours, thousands of dollars in resources and time and years and decades of experience, knowledge, skills, expertise into packaging, positioning, and we're about to promote something that has global reach and will change the world for better for centuries to come, even when we're gone. And this is a masterpiece. It's a book we just put together and launched today. And we have exciting news. In the back room, we have multiple co-authors just sitting there waiting to come up. We'll be giving them an award, announcing all the wins that our book has just gotten on the first day of releasing it. And it's just phenomenal. I want to thank each of you for joining. Without the viewers, this show wouldn't go on. So I appreciate you wherever you're joining from. Sir Clyde Rivers, let's talk a little bit about the World Civility Presidential Club on what we do here before we get into our book launch event.
Yeah, you know, Dr. Halal, what it is we look for top people that have evidence and results of practicing civility in their work. And what happens as we establish the World Civility, this actual club for these are people that have gone above and beyond, and even in that COVID season, these are people that have actually thrived. So this is an elite club of people that have done it. And man, we have some opportunities for these amazing people to come and bring a narrative that I believe is going to impact the whole world. Everyone in the world should be treated with kindness and respect. That's civility. And the people in this book, they're priceless. And they are actually, world leaders in their narrative. So that's why this is the World Civility Club for Presidential Club, because they are world leaders in their narratives.
That's incredible. It's an honor to be with you side by side, co-founding this club. Just a year ago, we're able to bring together 10 phenomenal leaders, A-game players, and they're all here today, and we're going to get to hear from them. If you were joining me in the last couple of days, I had the opportunity to bring a few of them one-on-one. We spent about 45 minutes to an hour with each of them, and today we have most of them because we have people in Singapore, Nigeria, Africa. The time zone is 6, 8, 10, 12 hours of a difference. So we've got as many people as we can today for a book launch. It's going to be exciting. Thank you for joining. For a co-author sitting in the waiting room, if you don't mind, you can go on my Facebook page and share this onto your own page. We have a couple of minutes until we bring you guys up individually. So today is very exciting. And we want to showcase to you, the world, who these group of elite people are. We in our group, in our presidential club, it's a circle table. It's not a table with a head chair and somebody called a shot. We actually bring an A team together and tell the A team to bring your A game to the table. So you can imagine what we put together and the force that we're going to be driving forward with. And Sir Clyde, I want us to talk about the individual authors. If you can do a short introduction, we could talk about them, then bring them on. And first, actually, we'll bring on Vinny Cochran. And can you talk about that? And his initiative is leadership through civility through transitional leadership.
Vinny Cochran is one of the, in my opinion, if you read his book on leadership,
yes,
it is actually relevant for now. And if you read his actual section, you will be inspired to become a modern day leader. You know, Dr. Law, I was telling people, leadership in the world, if we look at our leadership models of yesterday, they are what we produced in the world today. So we have failed leadership models in every institution, and they have failed epically now. Leadership is a lacking thing. Vinny is a cutting edge, forefront leader in a paradigm, and he has evidence and results. So that's what makes him so special, is evidence and results. Thank you, Raymond.
Wow. So this man, before we're going to bring him up right now, and I'm adding him. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Vinny Cochran. Sorry there. I'll have to unmute you. Go ahead.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can now.
Awesome. Thank you so much for just allowing me the opportunity to be part of this amazing group and this amazing book. I couldn't be more proud than the individuals that I've had the pleasure to work on this book with. And I just thank you so much.
You're welcome. Your interview we did on Monday was phenomenal, widely received by many. I got so many comments, and for some reason, you were on a Canadian TV channel that day. You were talking to me that day. You're also hosting your own show that day, and I think you were also on another thing that same day.
It's amazing.
It was definitely a day of surprises. Again, I did the interview for the Canadian radio show or TV show a couple weeks ago, almost a month ago, and to have it air on the same day that I did the interview with you was just amazing.
That was, I'm like, damn, this guy's on fire.
And you know what, Dr. Law, Vinny is a paradigm. I tell people he's not one-dimensional. Leadership, he's rounded. He understands it. He knows how to move it. So people, this is a man that you want to invite on any stage, any platform. He is your man.
Wow. Without further ado, sir, we have a massive surprise. You did not know this was happening. We did not promise that this book will do so well on the very first day of it being released. And it released midnight this morning. And I was looking at 1, 2 in the morning. We're hitting #1 in USA, in Canada, in UK, in multiple categories. So we're now, our book is now an international bestseller instantly.
Day one. You guys know how big that is? On Amazon, it was #1.
I'm gonna bring everybody to have them celebrate this first.
Yes.
Yeah, because I don't think that's fair.
Bring them all.
Guys, and so most of you, almost all of you, did not know about this. We're having a bit of a feedback. Okay, try to do some muting. So let's just celebrate. If we don't have song, we can clap our hands, and that's a huge win.
And Dr. Law, this makes you official. You can say I'm a #1 best-selling author, and you have evidence and results to back it up. It was Amazon America, world streaming in the UK.
America, Canada, ABC, America, Britain, and Canada.
Come on, #1 the first day. So now, as you put that out there, you are legitimized as a #1 international author with evidence and results backing you up. Man, congratulations, everyone.
And it's so awesome. It's so awesome. And let's continue now with Vinny. As you can tell, I'm figuring this thing out as I go here with the studio. And I'll bring up back the award here. And excellent. And I want to read this award.
Great.
Letter of congratulations to you, Vinny. #1 international bestseller is what the book has became in just within hours of launching.
Wow.
And I want to thank all of you for promoting it, for sharing it with your friends, your family, and people. People actually pre-ordered these. So at the instant it was released, it just blew up on the system. And congratulations, Vinny Cochran. World Civility Presidential Club, in collaboration with local experts group and I Change Nations, congratulates you on becoming a #1 international best-selling author on March 24, 2021 in the categories of education, leadership, and globalization and politics. Those are 2 of the 3 categories it's listed on, and we actually hit #1, and we're still in the top hundreds, right in the top 100 right now on those categories. You can check for yourself. It fluctuates. I have the screenshots. I will send you guys all that. But we hit.
Come on, that's all gas, no brakes.
We hit #1, multiple categories, multiple country. It's just phenomenal.
Wow.
So Vinny, you can share with us, sir, your initiative and your reaction from this, and where you want to take this in the globe.
Well, I've got it first and foremost. Again, all I can say is thank you so much, Dr. Raymond Harlow, Sir Clyde Rivers. I would say I'm speechless, but obviously I can't be speechless on a platform like this. This is truly amazing. I knew it was going to do great things when it was presented. Just the sheer caliber of individuals that are participating in this book. I had no doubt that it was going to do well, but I guess I really didn't think it was going to do so well in multiple countries, all within a short period of time. So I'm extremely thankful. I feel extremely blessed. And it's been great, with my initiative, Civility through Transitional Leadership. Only thing I wanted people to understand is that the initiative is really an understanding that in order to achieve true civility globally, that we all have to first achieve it individually. Because as Sir Clyde Rivers mentioned earlier, civility is about just being kind and nice to individuals, but it's more than just that. It's about being able to have differences of opinions with individuals, groups, or organizations without showing contempt or disrespect to those individuals, and then being able to actually sit down with them and actually have a real conversation about those actual differences.
Yes.
When it comes down to it, it's really about listening for understanding. And I believe that's what true leadership and civility is really all about. We can only get there if we begin within ourselves first, and then let that be the starting point as we actually transition through the different areas of our lives that we face each and every day. And my program SWAG, which is Succeeding with the Goal, helps individuals and does just that. It helps them start that process of civility through transitional leadership. SWAG is about changing the way people think, but more importantly and more so, it's about changing how they see themselves and changing how they see others. And that's how we can really get to the point of civility, going global. It's about changing ourselves first, and that comes through the leadership that we all have within us. Is just figuring out the way to unlock it.
Wow. Well said. Well said.
Wow, that's incredible. And how do you see this plugging in on the ground, and to affect the world at large, Ambassador Vinny Coaching?
Yeah. Me, go ahead, Vinny.
Yeah, I just believe, again, with the impact that, again, us as individuals that's a part of this book, that's one thing, the impact that we're all having, in our own spaces. But when we can bind the work of all of us into this book, and the way that it has went international so fast, and the number of people who are going to get to read and see this information, it has no other recourse, but to affect so many people all around the world. And that has been my mission from day one, with my initiative and the things I'm doing, is simply to help as many people as I possibly can to be the best versions of themselves. And I believe it all starts, inside us all, with the leadership that we were all born with.
Wow. And Doc, you want to add to that?
Yeah. I just think right now, as the world is changing, there has to be transition. And see, the old models of leadership have got us to where we are today. And I believe this is the kind of thing that's going to take us to the top right now.
This is after 6 or 7, after 8-10 hours, we're at number 4 now. And so we're still in the top 100. And throughout the day, you'll probably find us all within the top 100, because every hour Amazon changes their algorithm. But I wanted you guys to see, this is live right now. This is what we are right now.
Wow. Come on, man.
And in the subject area of, let me get it here. This is me sharing the screen, and you can see
education.
Here, there you go. This is live. This is live sharing the screen. And I want you all to, once you come off, you can go and check that. Check in the US, check in Canada. Canada should still be number 1, because we don't have that much competition over there. In the UK also. Before Doc, anything else before we bring up our other co-author?
No, I'm good. Benny has represented himself like only he can, with excellence.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Benny.
And we're bringing up our co-authors with no particular order. And the next person we'll bring up is Prince Michael, because he has to jet off somewhere very soon. And Doc, you want to introduce Prince Michael to us? His initiative is Youth of Probabilities.
I think one of the most brilliant young minds we have in the world. He gives me hope for the future, because the information, the wisdom, and the knowledge that Michael has, people, this man needs to be on every stage in the world. Go ahead.
Prince Michael, you were actually muted here for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's get you unmuted.
Every stage in the world, inspirational, but there's a practical side that moves things forward. One of the greatest voices in the future you see right here.
Wow.
Thanks, Doc.
True.
Who is that guy that you're talking about?
True.
Oh, thank you.
Prince Michael, how excited are you to be on here today?
Oh my gosh. Like, when I tell you, I was sitting here when you were interviewing Mr. Too Smooth himself, AKA Benny Cochran. And when you said that this book hit international bestseller, my mind, I literally just sat here and I had to take it in for a second. Thank God I was not on at that time before you brought us on. Because I was just sitting here like, I had to process it. And I'm still not done processing it yet, because I'm like, holy smokes. I'm an international best-selling author now.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Like it's so exciting. And I would have never been able to even get there or even fathom that without the help of the two of you and my other amazing co-authors. So first and foremost, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. You have no idea. Oh my gosh. Like my reach is global now, guys.
Yep.
Let's do the formal protocol for you, Prince Michael. The #1 international bestseller. Congratulations, Prince Michael. World Civility Presidential Club, in collaboration with local experts group and I Change Nations, congratulates you on becoming a #1 international best-selling author on Amazon, March 24th, 2021.
Thank you. Oh my God.
In the categories of education, leadership, and global politics. And
Wow.
the reason I mess up education leadership because that's the US category, and the equivalent in Canada is actually they have an educational leadership. So that's a similar category, but it's a different country.
Wow, that's amazing.
And so we hit multiple bestseller status instantly, and this award recognition. You're being recognized by Sir Clyde Rivers, founder and chairman, I Change Nation, co-founder of the World Civility Presidential Club, and myself, Dr. Raymond Harlow, the publisher of this book and founder of Local Experts Group and co-founder of our amazing club, World Civility Presidential Club.
Wow. See, my eyes, they're trying to sweat on me right now. So I'm making sure that they don't sweat, but once I get off this camera, they can sweat all they want. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is amazing. And to be recognized for something that I actually just enjoy doing, helping our voices of tomorrow. So this is just, oh man, Vinny said that, you know, at a platform like this, you can't be lost for words, but anyone that knows me knows that I have no problem running my mouth, but I will definitely say at this time, I am somewhat lost for words.
You know,
go ahead, Doug.
Prince Michael, it's because you have the evidence and results. Most people don't have the evidence and results, but you have written something that's #1 with evidence and results, and man, you should be proud of yourself.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I am very proud. Man, and to think that, you know, just me doing my whole little spiel and just talking to the kids and helping them out, that, you know, it would turn into something like this. You know, I shared yesterday that I shared with Raymond yesterday during the interview that I'm starting a scholarship fund, which is through my company, Prince Michael Enterprises, because I believe that it takes more than just telling our youth exactly what they can do. And well, let me back up. My initiative is, you know, changing our world through socioeconomic systems. So let me make sure that I throw that out there first before I get into anything, guys. But basically, I am starting I'm starting a scholarship fund to help our youth, because it takes more than just saying, hey, let me give you some good advice. And then when the student gets to the end of their rope, it's like, okay, well, now I don't have money to further my education or to do the things that I want to do. So how can you help me? And in order for us to be able to strengthen our youth, we have to be able to, and not only just say, hey, this is what you need to do, but we have to be able to show them. And the only way that we can show them is if we are able to teach them exactly what it is that they need to do. So that's what I do here. And I also do that through my program with this, which is Youth of Probability.
No words, Ambassador Halal, no words.
Doc, and I encourage you guys to come back. Yesterday I interviewed Prince Michael, and you're going to read this chapter now. In this chapter, you're going to find that this man here went from being homeless to an entrepreneur, to an influencer, to creating a global movement. And he's not, and think of the background he came from. He is the one saying, hey, I want to set up a scholarship fund. I want to put out $5,000 this year to help somebody, influence somebody, give them a hand out.
You see, and here it is. Someone that walked the path has information you need to get out.
Yes.
And this is why Prince Michael is so priceless. He walked it out so he can help you get out.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. It's exciting. It's exciting. I will definitely say, especially with what I do with Youth of Probability, because just a little bit about my program for those that are unaware. Youth of Probability, most times we have children and we label them as being at risk. However, I believe that there is no such thing. Whatever it is that you believe is what you will imbibe. So basically what that states is, if you believe that you are broke, you will be broke. If you believe that you are an A student, you will be an A student. One thing that I often say is abundance is your birthright. Go claim what's yours. That is my tagline. That's what I stick to. And I truly believe that if we allow our youth to be able to soak that statement up, then what we end up getting in the future is what we want. Too many times we actually put our children on the path to not what they want or not what we want to see them as. If you want to have a child and you want them to continue to keep failing, if you want them to continue to keep going down the wrong path, then keep beating that into their heads. However, if you want someone to do something different, then give them the tools and put them in an environment where they're going to not just survive, but they will thrive. And that is exactly what Youth of Probability does. We allow them to see like, hey, you may not necessarily be a student that is academically smart. However, you are a person that matters and your voice matters. You just have to find what you are good at. I was asking earlier, I was asking a cousin of mine, I said, what exactly are your top 3 skills? And he had trouble actually answering what that was. And I said, okay, how many of my youth that are out there that probably still have that same question that they can't answer? If you can't answer that question, then how are you supposed to change your life? The only way that you can change your mind, change your life, is if you change your mind. Once you change your mind, everything else follows. So in Youth of Probability, I teach them that abundance is your birthright. You just have to go claim what's yours, because the only person that can change your life is you.
Wow. That's phenomenal. That's my talk.
Wait, drop the mic. No, drop StreamYard.
Not right now. When we're done, Doc. When we're done.
No. That's great. I love it.
And your sister, your co-author or colleague or friend, Tracy Randolph, is sending you big congratulations.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Tracy. I mean, Tracy is absolutely amazing with what
please
does.
praise Tracy.
Yes,
go ahead.
I mean, oh my God.
She's not able to join us today, so go for it,
Oh,
Prince
man.
Michael.
Like, oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I know that Tracy's not able to join us today, but let me tell you guys something, ladies and gentlemen. So I nicknamed Tracy Randolph, AKA Rich Woman. Only I can call her that, everybody. Only I can call her that. However, she is known as the Reset Coach. Now, a lot of times people talk the talk, but they fail to walk the walk. Tracy actually is walking the walk every single day. She is learning something else, something new to be able to help people with their health. Coming from a person that is a cancer survivor like herself, she not only beat cancer, but she turned around and started showing people how they can actually live their best holistic life. She even has a TV network that actually talks about living. It's called the Whole Living Channel, that actually talks about how you can live your life holistically. And when I tell you, I'm just so grateful to have even gotten the opportunity to meet Tracy, because the wisdom that she imparts in you is second to none.
Amazing. Wow. Amazing. And we'll take this time to ask Sir Clyde Rivers to also talk about Tracy, and then we'll virtually by proxy give her her award.
Tracy is such a revolutionary thinker. The mind goes so fast, but what happens is her practicality brings others to a new reality. Her
Mm.
practicality, I've watched, it brings others to a reality. And one of the big things is her words. Let me tell you what I've learned in the last couple of weeks. People are waiting for someone to give them permission to be great. If we look at our entire culture, you have to graduate from kindergarten to go to first grade. So there's always a permission. And see,
Wow.
Tracy gives people permission to be healthy in the most practical way. She's phenomenal.
And so I want to take this time, Tracy, to award you #1 international bestseller. Congratulates
Wow.
Miss Tracy Randolph. World Civility Presidential Club, in collaboration with local experts groups and I Change Nations, congratulates you on becoming a #1 international best-selling author on March 24th, 2021 in the categories of education, leadership, and globalization and politics. And this is being endorsed by Sir Clyde Rivers and myself, Dr. Raymond Harlow.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Prince Michael.
Thank you.
Wow, Doc, this is exciting stuff. It's
Wow.
exciting stuff. The next person I want to bring up is Alka Sharma, and she is the founder of Love You Fitness. Doc, you want to introduce her?
Yeah, man. If you ever have the like chance to meet Dr. Alka, you need to meet her. She is one of the most gifted, confident building in people. There's some people when you talk to them, they give you confidence, and she is one of the kind of people that whenever she talks to you, her confidence comes and makes you believe you can. And her initiative, Love You Fit, is one of the greatest things that the world will see in the decades to come.
Wow. And without further ado, I'm going to bring her up on the main stage. Welcome, Dr. Alka Sharma.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Sir Clyde and Dr. Raymond Halal. It's such a pleasure to be with you today.
How excited are you about all this good news and about the launching of her book? First
Oh
and
my God, I'm
foremost.
so excited. I can't believe that we are #1 in all the countries. So amazing.
The ABC countries.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Wow. And what does this book allow you to do now, Alka?
So this book is going to help so many people to really get to know about fitness, because the Love You Fitness campaign truly is to empower so many people, to empower women and girls, to let them know that fitness and health, it really is something that when you take care, it's going to empower you in so many different ways. And empowerment is huge.
And you know what? If you, like I said, if you ever have the chance to meet Dr. Alka, go out of your way. If you have to drive 10 hours to hear her speak, go 10 hours. You will be blessed so much.
Oh, thank you, Sir Clyde.
And the content in the chapter, guys, we're only having 5 or 6 people on out of the 10. Everybody's in, as I said, different time zone and different things happening. And so we got as many people on live today at once. But their story in this book, we share about each person started the chapter with their story of struggle. So they're not just coming on a high horse and say, hey, I'm all of this and I'm so great and I just want to wave my magic wand and help people. No, each person here are real. They're humanitarian at heart, wanting to help other people, putting themselves vulnerable, putting our stories out there of struggle, and then look back and say, but there was a turning point here, and this is our story of success. And but that story alone, and we took it. Our production team took that and said, "Hey, what are your secrets to success? That if somebody somewhere in the world that picks up this chapter, either virtually on ebook or an actual printed book a decade from now, a century from now, they're going to be and say, I'm going through the same thing right now. Maybe I can apply these strategies and take it, and it will take me from where I am to where I want to be. And that's why this book is so powerful, so powerful. Doc, you want to add to that?
Yeah. And you know what? See, the one thing as we thought about this book, we said it's got to be livable and doable, and it needs to inspire people. And you know what? People inspire people. And see, one of the phenomenal things is when you have individuals that have evidence and results, and that's people that have walked through the challenges and have won. The book can inspire you because they have done the hard work. It can take you 20 years or 15 minutes if you read the right things from people that have overcome. So I'm excited. And Dr. Alka, you're one of the best.
Thank you so much, Klein. This is such an honor, and I'm so grateful, so blessed to be here and to be part of the Presidential Club, to be here today as well, and to know that to be an international bestseller, it's such a blessing. Thank you so much.
And for our viewers, if you haven't realized what happened here, this is a transformation of energy, which is why the power of collaboration is so key. When we come to the table, we bring the A team. We invite people to be in these books that have the character, the credibility, the track record. And then we sit down with the master of civility, the founder, the godfather of civility, Sir Clyde Rivers, and say, hey, how can we merge what I'm already doing with civility and take this around the globe and which allows us to plug in at a level that is right. You don't go into somewhere and step on somebody else's toe. And that's one of the expertise of Sir Clyde Rivers over 3-4 decades of working in developed nations, in different countries, in different cities, in different states, is able to take what we got, our passion, our mission, our ambition, and say, hey, okay, yeah, you need that speed and energy and drive, but let's have some diplomacy training here. Let's have some initiative training here, so we don't really go in like a wild horse on the track, not knowing how that game is played.
Man, Dr. Law, let me tell you what hear this, people look for the biggest audience. I look for the one that has the information you can't live without. Wow. One of the keys to being number one is have information people can't live without. And they have to call you for the answers. So in all you're getting, get understanding and get knowledge. Because hear this, when the crowds leave, the one with information is still the powerful one.
That's incredible.
Wow.
And I want to welcome you guys. If you're watching this now live on the replay, or you're watching this even on the YouTube platform or one of our co-authors platform, if you feel like you've got something, you've got a passion, you got a vision, you got an ambition, but you need a little bit of packaging, positioning, and promotion, then reach out to me, reach out to our organization, see if you qualify to be a part of what we're doing. And we look for people with the drive, and we can do the rest. We can help you with the rest. And when I met Sir Clyde Rivers, he says, Raymond, I never steer people in any direction other than the direction they want to go. Doc, you remember that?
And yeah, I do. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Law, I'm not just saying this. He's a very special person. I've been all throughout the world, and this is a man that has a heart to help the world and a business mind, and he understands how to do things in the right way. So Dr. Law, if it wasn't for you, this project doesn't exist. So thank you for bringing this concept to life.
No, I thank you, sir, and that's why collaboration is key, guys. I'm like a driving force for the collaboration, but everybody bring their A game to the table in their time, their money, their expertise, their circle of influence, and we put it down And look at this. We didn't promise #1 bestseller on this book because I have packages for that. And it's a hefty amount just to even be a part of that as part of the marketing and promotion. But this book is an authentic, natural #1 bestseller. It just happened. Doc, I've never placed a book on Amazon for $100. This is the most expensive book I put on Amazon. It's $100 because we're not looking for this is serious people to grab this content. This book is fully colored from front to back, colored picture, high quality print, going into the hands of world leaders. It's $100 book. And within hours of being released, it hit #1 bestseller.
See, that's because Dr. Alka, Prince Michael, Donald the Real Deal, Chris Amumelin, that's because all of our, Tracy, this is because we have some of the best authors in the world.
Yes, sir.
And you know, and Raymond, to be able to like say you're a #1 best-selling author and earned it. No gimmick. There's no gimmick. To have earned it, you can put it out there and you can walk on a stage and be announced and you can be proud that you've done it.
Fair and square, doing it in a humanitarian way, in a way only to help, not wanting or wishing for the fame or to get a title. It's incredible. I just said, let me check what's going on the charts. It was #1 hot deal release. It was phenomenal. And without further ado, Ambassador Alka Sharma. And if you guys understand, this is all a transfer of energy through the power of collaboration. Remember, we seek out, we invite top people to come to the table, bring their A game with the tweaking, the mentorship, and the guidance of Sir Clyde Rivers and our companies in the back. And we farm this amazing group, this amazing club, World Civility exclusive presidential club. And what do we end up with? We end up with something phenomenal. And guys, I want you to see, we poured all of our energy, expertise, time, resource, money into a book. So it became, this is not the one, this is my upcoming book. It's blank right now. So you're welcome to pre-qualify to get in this. But I'll use this as an example. When we created the idea of the book and put our content in the book had nothing to do with us anymore. The book got its own life. And this is what happened. It took a life of its own, becoming international bestseller. And listen here, guys, a book becomes a bestseller because it's a thing. It becomes a best-selling book. It's a book. However, the people who contributed in the book get the right to become best-selling authors for life.
Wow.
For life. Do you see the magic? Do you see the transfer of energy and the magic of collaboration here?
Yeah.
And so Prince Michael, for example, he has his book, his existing book. He can, when he prints another one of his book underneath his name on his book that he published before we did our collaborative book, he gonna say now Prince Michael, #1 international best-selling author. He gets to take that title and slap it on to all of his work on stage, off stage, everywhere.
And Doc, watch this. He can put down best-selling author in education, best-selling author in leadership, best-selling author in government and politics. Yes.
International, man, oh man.
Yeah.
Just trying to do a marketing campaign to get one country and get on the list of top 100 is a task on its own. Guys, we ace like 10 different things that people would just want to get one. We aced it all, and it happened organically and with the support of all of you, our co-authors, our circle of influence, our friends, our family, the people in our email list, the people that we call up, the people I send voice note and say, hey, I need you to buy this book for me now. I need you to do this today. I'm going to send you a gift worth over $100. And it costs me to do that. But hey, I did some of it, and I'm not going overly crazy about it, and it happened. So amazing. So Ambassador, Dr. Alka Sharma. I want to congratulate you on behalf of the World Civility Presidential Club, in collaboration with Local Experts Group, our publishing company, and I Change Nations, the gas behind all of this, congratulates you on becoming a #1 international best-selling author today on Amazon, March 24th, 2021, in the categories of education, leadership, and globalization and politics. Those are 4 heavyweight categories. It's 2 categories, but they're just heavyweight. And this is endorsed by Sir Clyde Rivers himself and myself, and you have us here in person.
Oh my God, this is just amazing. You know what? Thank you so much, Sir Clyde and Dr. Raymond Halal. This is so wonderful. And I just can't wait for the Love You Fitness to really empower so many women around the globe.
Yeah.
Because what fitness can truly do and empower, that is my passion. That is my hope. I want to change so many women's lives that, knowing that you've got the confidence and the, confidence will show through you and the empowerment that you truly want so that no one can put you down. You know your worth. You own it. And that's where it starts. It starts with you and no one else. It's not the external noises. It's going to start with you and how beautiful you are inside and out.
Wow.
And our amazing co-author, Tracy Randolph, who's not able to be on live with us, sends you congratulations also.
Oh, thank you so much, Tracy. Appreciate that. Congratulations to you too.
Thank you, Dr. And Greg Dillon.
And of course, a colleague, friend, mentee of Sir Clyde Rivers, Greg Dillon. We look forward to you.
Greg needs to be in the club next year.
You need to be in the second class.
Greg Dillon for the second World Civility Presidents Club. Greg Dillon.
You got it. You come highly recommended, Greg. So you have an open ticket to enter in our next class. As this class graduate into the field training and the practical, we got to get you in the positioning, packaging, and promotion before you can hit the ground running, my friend. And it would be awesome to have you. And any of you watching, would love to have you be a part of the World Civility Presidential Club. But you have to be vetted first. It's not something you just jump in on. So thank you, Ambassador Alka Sharma, for being here, for celebrating with us. And we honor and cherish your friendship and to have you as a member of the World Civility Presidential Club.
And I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Dr. Raymond Halal and Sir Clyde Rivers. It is such an honor to be with you. I'm so blessed.
Thank you.
Doc, our next guest is a man who has a very long name. His name is Ambassador Dr. Donald D. Tolson Sr.
Wait. It's one thing that you forgot. The real deal.
Oh.
That makes it a little bit longer. Because this guy here is one of the most authentic, genuine hearts I've ever met. And he has a way of transferring information from his mind into you as an individual, and the practicality of it sticks. So, man, we are honored to have this great man in the book.
Wow.
Thank you, Dr. Clyde Rivers and Dr. Raymond. It is an honor to even be associated with you, two classical world leaders. I tell you what, if I was writing a symphony and it can just embody world leaders, you would be the symphony of the whole orchestra. You guys are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dr. Donald Tolson, it's an honor, sir, to have you be a part of this book. What you're doing, you're a true humanitarian,
Yes.
regardless if you have the stage or not. What you're doing, developing leadership qualities in young people. And guys, if we have him here on this, we were sharing a stage, so we have a limited time. I went about an hour with Donald Tolson yesterday. You want to listen to that interview again on my page, you can scroll right down, or it's on YouTube on Raymond and Friends TV. You can find that interview there. It's phenomenal what this man is doing, creating real change. And most time we want to go change the world and Africa and Asia. He's doing it in our backyard. Right. He's doing it in the city. He's doing it in his community. And he's going to tell us a little bit more about that. But first, I'm excited. I'm pretty sure he's antsy and excited to receive his award. So let's get that out of the way first. Sir, look at it. That's you. It takes up the whole line, so we couldn't get senior in there. So I guess your son can use it too. Yeah. Number one, international bestseller. That's what our book hit today. And if you didn't realize, the cover, the logo here is the cover of our book with all of these amazing leaders on the front cover and their short blurb about who they are, what they wrote about in the back of the book. You go through the content page, you're going to say, I want to read about that. This is not a book that you have to read from front cover to back cover or back cover to front cover. You go down the content page and say, this person is interesting. And the way the Handbook series is designed, we realize it has to be a practical book. It has to be a book that's in tune with time, with technology. People don't have 2 weeks to read a book anymore. They want to read it now, get the content right away. So we're bridging the gap, doing written content at the highest level, also doing these interviews with the author, so you can consume this content several ways. And in the chapter, within that chapter is a story of each author, what they've gone through, their success, their story of success, their philosophy to success that you can implement in your life and see the success too. If it doesn't work, their phone number and or email address is there for you to hit them up and say, hey, it's not working for me. And they will help you, or they will mentor you. Yeah. And so this book, it is a little bit of everything. And it's content driven, and it has a biography of who these people are. They're amazing folks. And without further ado, I wanna officially hand this over to Donald Tolson, #1 international bestseller. Congratulations, Ambassador Dr. Donald Tolson Sr. World Civility Presidential Club, in collaboration with local experts groups, and I Change Nations, congratulates you on becoming a #1 international best-selling author on Amazon today, March 24th, 2021, in the categories of education, leadership, and globalization and politics. And this recognition is given to you by Sir Clyde Rivers and myself, and we're both co-founders of the World Civility Presidential Club, and you guys are all amazing members with equal say how we go out and change the world.
Thank you, Dr. Raymond, and thank you, Sir Clyde Rivers. One of the things that I wanted to say is that it is an honor. I was listening to some of the co-authors yesterday, and just the different type of stories and the things that was going on and why they are in this book. You're talking about some amazing stories, but not only stories, these are life-changing experiences, powerful life-changing experiences. And just from listening to them, I realized that there's a lot of things that I can learn. When I get the book, in which I've already downloaded it, but I'm going to go back and read other of my co-author chapters, I am so excited to even dig in even deeper. So if you're listening right now, you have to get this book. There is some amazing life-changing experience stories in this book. Can't wait.
It's like your start. We've went mining for diamonds, and we found it all. We're just coming home. We're coming home with a train load full of diamonds and golden nuggets.
Yes.
And you know what, Dr. Law, in a COVID season,
yes, sir,
these great leaders stepped to the plate and answered the phone. The phone was ringing, and they answered it, and they put out something that's going to help empower people in the next paradigm of learning as we create the brand new seasons that we create for the world. And this is what was so fantastic about this project. Just great.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. And yes, we're celebrating now. We started this project about a year. Usually my projects are 3 months long, but COVID went longer than we expected. And the intention of this book is to come out on the back end of COVID as things open up. And this is it. And we've chosen the right time to bring this. We're going to take this, make it actionable. And I want to ask Donald Tolson a little bit about his experience, because he helped young people write their book. He mentors and coach people, yet he bought in and invested money, time, and trust in what we're doing. And now we're enjoying the benefits of that. So what's your honest opinion of working with us, sir?
My honest opinion is that the honor, I am so honored. But what I wanted to do is that I wanted to talk to you about my narrative.
Yes.
Whole communication civility. Now, when you talk about civility, you're talking about the world that we're living in. It's about being kind to each other. You know, treat others the way that you want to be treated. I don't care if it's on a governmental level, if it's in your church, if it's in your local community, you have to be kind. And I'm so thankful for Sir Clyde Rivers for having that concept of being kind to, you know, each other. Treat others the way you want to be treated. One of the things that Dr. Nelson Mandela had said is that there is no passion to be found in settling for a life that is less than the one that you are more than capable of living. So when I began to grasp that concept, and I said that, you know what, we need to begin to teach our children, our young kings and queens and princes and knights and royalty at a very young age. Let that become part of their corporate culture on the things that they will learn from a very young age.
Yes.
So I came up with my program, I Can Speak, Write, and Lead Youth Training Program. Now, when we begin the threefold cord, you know, the Bible says that a three-strand cord is not broken. So when you encompass, I can speak, teach them how to speak, I can write, teach them how to write, and I can lead, then we are creating a powerhouse from a very young age. Just picture this, a young person growing up, learning how to speak their mind and learning how to write. When I was sharing with Dr. Raymond yesterday,
Yes.
that one of the trainings that I do is that I ask a person, so tell me, how do you feel? And they begin to tell me. I said, no. I want you to write it down. Write down, tell me how you feel. And so when they begin to write down how they feel, and then I have them to read it back, and they be like, did I write that? Yes, you did. And to teach them how to lead. Now, when you look at leadership, you know, you look at if you can inspire others to dream more, to do more, to be more, become more, then you are a leader. So we began to shift their mind and their thought process into leadership at a very young age. You know, we sign our kids up for basketball and sports and other things, but let's create a paradigm shift, whereas that we begin to invest in their mind, invest in their thinking. One of the things that I share is that when you invest in our youth, you will receive a 100% return on your investment. Why? Because they're our future. They are our future. They are the ones that's going to be leading us into the to the future. So
Yes.
we need to teach them these basic concepts of how to speak, write, and to lead. Now, you may ask yourself, Donald, how can you be so confident that our young people are the key to our future? Well, let's look at it. Because their blood your blood resides on the inside of them. If you're a king or a queen, or if you're a knight, if you're just an ordinary person, your blood resides on the inside of them. And with you being a champion, with you being a king or queen or whatever royalty, whatever you find yourself in life, your blood runs through them. And because you are a winner, then that makes them a winner. We just need to be able to bring that out. And that comes through training.
That's really good.
Yes.
It's priceless.
And, you know, one of the things that I do, I use a concept, it's called RUN, R-U-N, because we want them to run with it. And that stands for reconditioning your mind. We need to teach them to recondition their mind. Utilize their gifts and their talents. And that's what we're training them to do. And the third thing is to never give up. And these are some of the things we give, different strategies in our book, which is now an international bestseller. Yes.
You are an international best-selling author. Don't miss that one.
Thank you. So we begin to train them, and we give them practical steps in order to get from A to Z. A lot of times they can be gifted, but how do I get there? What do I need to do next? What course, what steps? How do I get to the gifting that God has placed inside of me? And that is what we are doing inside of the book by sharing our stories, giving concepts, showing them how to become young world leaders.
Incredible.
You couldn't have said it any more concise and clear, but that's why I call you the real deal. Wait, there's no false evidence in D. Real Tolson. Thank you, man. You're such a phenomenal leader. Man, keep the work up.
Thank you. I know Dr. Sir Clyde Rivers, when I first met you, I think it was up in either Kansas City or at one of the Black Belt Speaker Conference. I recall when Dr. West was bringing me over there to you, and I'm seeing this mountain of man there, and I'm like, wow, you know, and I have so much respect and honor for you, sir. And I just thank you for all that you're doing. You're not only talking it, but you're walking the walk, and it shows every day. I follow you, and I'm like, wow, this is a mighty man of God, but he's a world changer, and you are changing lives. But not only that, you know, they say it's lonely at the top. Well, Dr. Rivers, Sir Clyde Rivers, not for you, because you're bringing people with you. You're bringing the world, you're uplifting the world. So for you and others like Dr. Raymond, it's not lonely at the top because you're bringing others with you.
Yes, sir.
And I think that is amazing.
Thank you, Doc. Man, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for those kind words. Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, Doc, the next person we're going to be honoring is Grace, Dr. Grace, and she's not able to be with us here today because she has some personal challenges. We send out our prayers for her and that she have a speedy recovery, but she's joining us virtually. Dr. Grace, we love you, we honor you, and we care about you, because sometimes when you are a healer, you are a doctor helping everybody else, you forget that you have to help yourself first, and you leave yourself at the last priority because there's always somebody else to help. As true humanitarian, she's out there helping people and not giving herself all the personal attention as she should. But hey, Dr. Grace, this is for you. Sir Clyde, you want to talk about Dr. Grace before?
What a authentic heart to help. You know, we couldn't have found better people to be in this book. And Dr. Grace, what she does, the individuals that she helps, sometimes they can never help her back. And that's what true leadership is, and a true person with civility in her heart. So, Dr. Grace, we love you. We're honored to have you in this book with us. Thank you, Dr. Raymond.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, Dr. Grace is from Toronto, Canada. And guys, usually when I do book launches It's live in person. It's big. It's lights. It's camera. It's action. It's stages. It's lunches. It's dinner. It's mingling. It's Doc. Do you remember the first one you came to?
But
Tell us about the book launch.
I've never seen anything like you. You're the master at this, and it's just because you have a heart that thinks about the extra things that empowers people. I've never seen anything like it, and it is truly, in my opinion, it's the cutting edge of the world. You're the world leader in this stuff, in honoring people, acknowledging people, and putting people in a place of goal, which they really are. So I thank you for that innovative mind.
Doc, and we had the most, not to brag, but we had the most amazing time going from the hotel to the restaurant in a limo bus. What do you think about that experience?
Buddy, like I said, there's nothing like it, man. It's like, what? And it was so much fun. And what it does, it's the heart you have to connect people together. So all the different events there, you're connecting people. You're putting people in the right place. And the excellent people you had speak on the stage, the best in the world, were there, man. And it keeps moving.
Yes.
So yeah, just the best.
Yeah, I'm still awed at how that happened. The limo bus wasn't planned. I was just taking everybody offsite for dinner and realized I needed too many taxis. And so I said, let's get a limo. And when I called, they said, there's a party limo bus. I said, that's what we want. We've got 35 to 40 people on here.
That's great.
That was some experience. I miss those experiences. But we're having fun here virtually, joining from everywhere without having going on airplanes right now.
Yes.
So let's pull up Dr. Grace here again. And so Dr. Grace, we want to present you with this a letter of congratulations and award. #1 international, it reads #1 international bestseller. That's what our book achieved today. Same day it was launched, within hours. Congratulations, Dr. Grace Mankuski. She's going to kill me. World Civility Presidential Club, in collaboration with local experts group and I Change Nations, congratulates you on becoming a #1 international best-selling author on Amazon March 24th, 2021 in the categories of education, leadership, and globalization and politics. And this endorsement is being endorsed by Sir Clyde Rivers and myself, the co-founders of the World Civility Presidential Club. And can we celebrate? I'll bring a few of you guys on back so we can help celebrate her with some cheers, because she's not here with us right now. And so if we send her some claps, guys. And we have our co-authors are so supportive. They're here in the backstage still. They can get off and jet off, but look at them all dressed up and sitting here celebrating each other. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And the next co-author that was not able to make it today is Doc. You're gonna have a mouthful on this guy, and so Dr. Ira Roach the third. So Doc, you go for it. Introduce him.
Dr. Ira Roach, to me, is a phenomenon. He's one of the most humble people, so insightful, and everyone follows him. Everyone follows him. And his actual focus forward civility, the entire world needs it in this day and hour, because everybody has to focus forward. And Dr. Ira Roach is truly a #1 international author today. I love that guy. Just one of the best in the world.
It's amazing. We met in London, UK.
Yes.
he's from the first small state in America. It's the very first state. They don't get to pay any taxes. So if you want to get away from taxes, go to Delaware. Okay, guys, that's some accounting advice, business advice. But he lives in this beautiful state of Delaware. We met at Professor Patrick Basenge's and Sir Clyde Rivers event in London, UK,
UK.
where we launched this masterpiece. Ambassador Alka Sharma was invited to that event, and it's captured in archives for centuries to come in the World's Book of Greatness 2020, and done by Greatness University. And you can see all of the lineup of powerful people that joined us there. And that's why I love working with you, Sir Clyde. You have hundreds of ambassador world leaders at a beck and call to do something great. And that's why I wanted to do so much. And as a young man, trying to do great for my family, expand my businesses, and help and do humanitarian work, it was quite difficult, especially if you have to go around all the hoops and the loops and the mazes of actually leaving a true impact. Finding you're able to say, Raymond, yes, the world needs to hear you and see what you've got, but let's position, package, and promote you in the right you. And you said to me, Doc, you remember, it's the day I actually launched this book on stage. I was presenting, and out of this book, we end up launching another book 3 months later with 15 people. So this thing has been growing and building up. And you said to me, Raymond, this stuff here is good that you've got, but this is a fraction of what you can do and the impact you can make on the world. So don't just help people on stages and to write book. Let's help change the globe and give the people who don't have a voice. And that's why I love working with you, Sir Clyde.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Raymond. You're a great man.
And our next, I actually have to pull up Dr. Ira's award here. And Joe, he cannot join us in person. There we go. So Dr. Ira, I'll read a little bit of his initiative because he's not able to be here to represent himself. But in the back of the book, you can read a blurb about it. Ambassador Dr. Ira Roach III transforms youth by paying it forward with civility using the BIG method, the BIG method. If you want to know what the BIG method is, go to yesterday's interview. I had him for about 45 minutes, and he explained what the BIG method is. And so as time is coming up here, let's go on and award him officially with a recognition of #1 international bestseller. Our book is. That's the fact. You can go find it on right now. You can Google it. Go find it yourself. Congratulations, Ambassador Dr. Ira Roach. World Civility Presidential Club, in collaboration with Local Experts Group and iChange Nations, congratulates you on becoming a #1 international best-selling author on Amazon March 24, 2021 in the categories of education, leadership, and globalization and politics. And this has been endorsed by Sir Clyde Rivers and myself.
It's great, man.
Let's see. Let's bring on some faces on here. So Dr. Ira, we're throwing a party for you, man. We love you and we appreciate you. We've got Tracy. We got Michael was here to represent himself. We've got these two other people. They're in different time zone. The next person I'm going to bring up, well, she's not here in person, but her award is for Maribel Constantine, and she is from beautiful Singapore. And she's my two-time co-author. We have co-authored in a book with Dr. Brian Tracy. This one here, myself and Maribel are actually co-author in this book. This is my version, and she have her version with her picture, and the great legend, Dr. Brian Tracy, who has spent 50 plus years of his life traveling the globe, teaching on leadership, going into all these, going on planes, going into rooms, teaching for days, weeks. When I met this man, it was just phenomenal. Like the first day I met Dr. Brian Tracy in person, I get to share the stage with him. I get to interview him. I get to have lunch with him. And I was invited to co-author with him. And I said yes. And meanwhile, I was a truck driver then. I was a truck driver. And I said, yes, I want to co-author Brian Tracy, because this guy, I felt like I know him my entire life. Why? Because I drive almost 1 million miles in my lifetime as a truck driver. Just 3, 4, 5 years, I did 1 million miles as a truck driver, driving all across North America, 10, 12 hours a day, every day of the week. And I went to automotive university is what he calls it, meaning all his CDs. While I was driving, the CDs was playing. So I felt like Brian Tracy was driving with me all through America. So when I saw this guy in person, I felt like I know him. I sat with him. I think he felt like he knew me, and the rest was history.
Wow.
And so I've been leveling up myself, investing in things that will make me better as a person and help me to help other people, which is what we're doing today. And it looks so easy now, Doc, but the journey is not easy.
And you know, Dr. Law, to be a best-selling international author on Amazon, how many people get that in a lifetime?
Yes.
There's only a small number of people that will ever get that. So this is phenomenal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And every time you get it too, it'll probably be in a different category if you're lucky enough to get it. So I have it several times, and it's in different categories. It's for different work. So it's just, I think I'm a 4-time #1 best-selling author now. But who is counting? Who is counting? At the end of the day, it's more exciting. That number doesn't matter for me. What excites me is coming on here and say, hey guys, guess what? We have a surprise. You are now an international best-selling author, and you had no clue, and you didn't bargain for that, and we didn't promise that, but you are. And let's get this protocol out of the way. Yeah. So, #1 international bestseller, #1 international bestseller, which our book hit today, just hours of being released on Amazon. Congratulations, Maribel Constantine. World Civility Presidential Club, in collaboration with local experts group and iChange Nation, congratulates you on becoming a #1 international best-selling author on Amazon March 24th, 2021 in the categories of education leadership and globalization and politics. And this is being endorsed by Sir Clyde Rivers and myself, Dr. Raymond Harlow. Thank you. Let's have some cheers for her again, gentlemen. We have some cheers for you, Maribel. And Doc, you want to? Sorry, I think I flew over the point where did I ask you to talk about this young lady already?
No, and announce what her initiative is.
Yes. So I'll do that. I'll read her initiative here for a moment. Maribel Constantine bridges East and West with Model Your Nation and the ABCD model. You're gonna want to read about that. She is from Mexico and North America, because Mexico is in North America, Spanish speaking. She now lives and works with her husband and kids in Singapore. So she's actually merging Western and Eastern cultures together.
And you know, she is the reason for our diplomacy. She is the reason for us getting the governance and politics, because she's a phenomenal bridge builder in another way. And that, please, that's an important chapter to read, because how to bridge the gap between different cultures and nations, she's mastered it. So we're honored to have her in this great book.
Totally awesome. And thank you. We know we're a 12-hour difference. It's just like, Raymond, do you have to make it 3 p.m.? Because that'll be 3 a.m. for me. I can't stay up, nor I can't wake up early enough. And so Maribel, but I'll actually have her on a one-on-one after this. So we'll get to interview her and get her up on stage virtually. And our next co-author who couldn't be with us today, and Maribel is a 12-hour time difference from the Eastern time zone, and across America we have 3-4 hours of a difference. Now, Christopher and Doc, you want to talk about introduce Dr. Ambassador Christopher, great legend.
Christopher Mumlin is an African icon. He's a modern day hero because he's bringing entrepreneurship into Africa, and his heart is so generous, and he's working to empower people. He's not trying to eat the stage by himself. He's bringing other people with him. That's why it's phenomenal to have this great man in this book with us. Christopher, we love you. Thank you for making the continent of Africa and the world a much better place.
Wow. And his initiative is Dr. Christopher, with his global wealth system, is a voice of change for Africapreneur. And that's a narrative you help him to actually coin out, Doc.
Yeah. It's somebody asked me, they go, Dr. Rivers, how do you have all these people working with you? I said, look, if it's ever about you, we fail. It's got to be about them. It's got to be about helping people find their passion, and they'll live in their passion forever. Because hear this, people, everyone's passion doesn't have an expiration date. Following someone else's model has an expiration date. But when you follow your passion, it never expires.
Wow. And to do the protocol, I'll read this out. #1 international bestseller, which our book became just today, hours after launching. And guys, you're watching this saying, why are you repeating yourself, Raymond? Because we're going to actually cut this part and give it to Christopher so he can play that and have his own version of it. Yes. Congratulations, Dr. Christopher. World Civility Presidential Club, in collaboration with Local Experts Group and iChange Nation, congratulates you on becoming #1 international best-selling author on Amazon, March 24, 2021, in the categories of education, leadership, and globalization and politics. This recognition is being endorsed by Sir Clyde Rivers, founder and chairman, iChange Nation, co-founder of the World Civility Presidential Club, myself, Dr. Raymond Harlow, publisher at Local Experts Group, and co-founder of the World Civility Presidential Club.
Oh my God, man. And I want to thank Worsham Gregory for the cover of the book.
Please, thank you. Yes.
Worsham Gregory is one of the great artists that does all my stuff. And I want to thank him for doing the art for the cover of the book. It's a brilliant cover.
Amazing. And Doc, as we're about to close, do you want to kind of have a closing remarks? Actually, I'll bring up our co-authors for a bit to have their reaction, the ones that are here, and we have four amazing co-authors that are still hanging on in the back room here, cheering on each other, commenting, and of course Tracy Randolph, because you are such amazing contributor. You're also on screen here in a different way. Yeah. So co-author, just raise your hand, jump in, and just share a little bit of your takeaway from today's event.
Yeah, what I want to do is this, right? Because I have to go in a minute. But
yes, sir.
Let me share. See, what happens is this: the world's asking for a new paradigm because it's not going back to the way it was. These are thought leaders, innovators, and creators of the new world that we're going to walk in. So I feel privileged and honored to be a part of the Presidential Club. And I want to extend a personal invitation to the President's Club to come with us to Ghana, Africa, and help us build. So this is a club that's going to live, and this is a club that's going to work with actual royalty around the world. So we're honored to have you as members of the World Civility Presidential Club. Wow. Thank you. And Dr. Raymond Harlaw, I can't say enough about you. And please, people, this is a man that he's a dear friend, but he's truly a world leader. And because of people like him, it gives me great hope for the future of our world, because this man doesn't look out for himself only. He brings others to the top with him. So Raymond, thank you for everything you do. You're a great human being.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Thank you. We all honor you, Sir Clyde, for being the leader of the civility movement and inviting us, allowing us to be a part of this phenomenal initiative that's going into a movement, that's going into a culture.
Man, thank you. Thank you so much. And I love all you guys. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Any takeaways, guys? Feel free to raise your hand and go for it.
Wow, that was amazing. One of the things that I love is that Dr. Rivers, he's been doing the work. He's been putting in the time. Dr. Raymond, he's been putting in the work. All the co-authors have been putting in the time. One of the things I was sharing with Dr. Raymond is that most of the time I get up during the morning, around about 5 in the morning, put a little classic music on, and it just generates my thought process. And as we write different books and different narratives, we're doing it for the world. And I want to thank you, Dr. Raymond.
Thank you, sir. And Alka, did you want to go next? And then we'll have Vinny in the end. Alka, just a minute, Dr. Alka Sharma. I had muted you there for a minute. You should be fine now.
Right. Yeah. Wanting to say that, it's been such an amazing, listening to all the co-authors and their contribution, what they are doing, excellence is really quite amazing to be part of this whole movement. It's beautiful.
Wow. Thank you. We couldn't have done this without each and every one of you. And Vinny, Coaching, you want to go for it, sir?
Yes, only thing I have to say is, excuse me, I can echo what Donald said and what Alka said. It's just when you look at the individuals that we are working with, you know you're on the right path to accomplishing a lot of great things. They say, if you look at the individuals that you associate with, that will show you your future. And again, I'm just honored, blessed, and grateful to be a part of this with so many amazing individuals, some who I haven't even met personally yet, like Donald, who's on here now. Although I have not met him personally, I still see him as a brother, a brother who shares the same ideas, who wants to help individuals. Alka I've met, a few others I've met, Tracy I've met, and it's just amazing to be around so many great people with great ideas who has a passion to help other individuals. So it's just been awesome.
Wow. And sometimes I forget because everybody in these books, you hear Vinny Cochran said he didn't meet all of the co-authors. However, someone met and know all these co-authors, myself and other co-authors. So this is a joint venture with, first I choose people of character to be in our books, because hey, to co-author a book, it's more than a marriage. Some marriages end in divorce, sad to say, but co-authoring, there's no way to divorce from being a co-author. Once you get in the book, it's printed here and it's off to the world. So it's one of those things that you have to make sure that you bring. I invite A-team people with good character, people with good track record, people who are leading in their area of expertise. People who have more to lose themselves than coming to the table than to give. So in that way, everybody's held accountable, bring their A game to the table to serve at the highest level. People that are positive, people that are just thinking, okay, maybe I collaborated in the past and that didn't work out, but that's not going to hold me back, because that's not going to stop me from having another opportunity, from throwing what I've got going on into this pot here and see the magic that will come out of it. That's why I love doing collaboration books, because you can never predict what's going to happen other than it's going to be amazing. And I'm so honored and thankful to be a part, like, to basically push this thing and structure it in such a way that now people who was written with us 3 years ago in the Handbook to Holistic Health, which are phenomenal authors, guys. If you're watching, go to h3book.com. You're going to see a beautiful lineup of 21 amazing people in this book from the health and wellness industry. And it's not medication and prescription. It's holistic health, how to live happy. The handbook the self-help guide to live happy, healthy, and wealthy. It truly is. The people in this book, I'm so proud of them. They're my mentors. They help me with my health. They mentor me. I follow them. They support. This book became an instant bestseller, our book, because of the people in the previous books. I reach out to the groups and say, hey guys, we have some more Handbook 2 co-authors. So they take it upon themselves and say, although we're not in the same exact book title, we're in the Handbook 2 series of books. So we did that in the Holistic Health last year. A couple of years ago was the Handbook to Entrepreneurship, endorsed by Dr. Brian Tracy. Also, we had this one, Level Up. This one was born in Atlanta, where a bunch of us met at the Unleash Your Greatness conference. So it's called the Handbook. I merged the handbook with the conference name, and it's called the Handbook to Unleash Your Greatness. And it's people leveling up at the top level of whatever they do. And as you can see before, I co-author with legends like Brian Tracy and other people's book, guys. These are books by other publishers. I publish book. I contribute to other publishers' book. I've written my own book. I can help you get your message out to the world by becoming the authority. I highly recommend this one. This is a gift for all of you that's watching. Go to Raymond Harlaw, my name, raymondharlaw.com, and you'll be able to download this by just put your name and email, and it'll come to your email address right away, absolutely free, ebook format. And the whole concept of this is about, if you want to become an authority in your area of expertise, you have to become an author. As you see, AUTHOR is standing right out in the word authority there. It's in cap. And in this book, I cover 33 principles to go pro as an author, speaker, and mentor. Most importantly, when I reprint this, you can tell I was pretty young here. Pictures, suit, not all working out for me over here, and even a few layers, but it didn't stop me from putting out good content. Okay, guys, if you read this, you're gonna be blown away. Trust me, you're gonna love the content. The cover doesn't do justice, but the content is good, and of course, it doesn't even do justice for the forward from this great legend, Don M. Green. He's the CEO of Napoleon Hill Foundation. He's endorsed this content. And I was also featured in the Who is Who magazine. So you have to be out there in my country of birth, Guyana. I love the country. I've been featured in several other magazines, local and national and international. I've co-authored with other people. I contribute to other books. And so now you think things happen easily, but it's years of investing in myself. All these co-authors on here, they have books of their own. Why did they choose to be in a collaborative book? They knew that if we put all of our put the A teams together, we're going to create something massive that will go farther than we can go ourselves. Yes, I have my own brand. Each of these authors have their own brand, their own business, their own coaching program. You are more than welcome when you read the chapter. if you're feeling close connection or you have a question, concern, their contact information is in the book. You can reach right out to them. I know they're humanitarian at heart. We don't do this for money, because we invest more than we even expect back out, but we do this to leave a legacy. We leave a legacy for centuries to come. I want to thank all of you for joining, virtual and in person, and thank you guys for the support. All of our viewers who has purchased this book online to make it an instant bestseller. It's phenomenal. I thank these 3 last standing soldiers here for being here with us. Thank you guys. Thank you all. Any last words before we go, or we're good? We can close it up. Because sometimes a bright idea can come across, and I just want to offer the opportunity. I hope I didn't miss out anyone from tanking. If that happens, I went over the list several times to make sure I didn't miss none of our co-author, but hope that doesn't happen. And I thank all of you. Alka, I love your fireplace in the back there. I can feel the warmth. Although I'm in Florida, I don't really need it, and you're in Toronto. Alka, you were muted. Go ahead.
That was the intention, to send the warmth there to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the suit off and turn the AC up. So Alka is joining us from Toronto. Donald Tolson is joining us from beautiful Florida. Vinny Cochran is joining us from North Carolina, and I am joining you from Florida also. Thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.